It is so good to be sitting here with all of you. What a joy, what a pleasure to have you in my home for the holidays, even if it's virtually, and how good it is for us to be community. Ine ma tovu manai, shevet achim gavya. Please sing along, even though I can't hear you. So, manai, shevet achim gavya. Ine ma tovu shevet achim gavya. Shevet achim gam yachad, Ine ma tovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad, Ine ma tovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad, Ine ma tovu shevet achim gam yachad. Ine ma tovu shevet achim gam yachad. Ine ma tovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Ine ma tovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Before we get started on this beautiful journey, this virtual journey out of Egypt, from slavery to freedom, a couple of ground rules. I want everybody to know that you will be on mute, all right? And you should stay on mute. I think I'm the only one who can unmute you, except for my son Jared, so be nice. And there are two things on the upper right part of your screen. There's a gallery view. If you click on that, you'll see everybody. There'll be like 5 or 6 pages of 20 people on each page. But if you want to see me, and I'd like it to be that way so you can concentrate on what's going on, the one who is talking, me, and playing music will be heard, okay, and seen. Occasionally there'll be others who are joining in to do that, and we will unmute them. So you don't have anything to do except to sit back and enjoy this evening. We begin the Seder with the lighting of the candles, because we know that every struggle begins in darkness, doesn't it? And we're in a kind of a struggle now, and we need light. We need light. You know, Pesach is all about community. We know that because it says in the Torah that all of us should be eating the Pesach, the Paschal lamb, together as a community. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And look at us scattered all over, but able to see each other on Zoom. And that's really, really wonderful. And we can spend Pesach together. We are a resilient people. Yes, no matter what darkness we have, we are able to create light. And that makes me so proud to be a Jew. I want to tell one quick story, and I know my dear friend Severin is on this stream. I was talking with somebody who was very, very, very scared, very alone, upset about all of this that they had, and I was upset for the person because they were alone. And my friend Severin, who lived through the Holocaust, said to me, I lived 2 cellars below the ground. You want to talk about alone. You want to talk about being separated. So let's look at perspective. Let's think about how fortunate we are tonight to celebrate with everyone. So we're going to light the candles, okay? And Kelly, you want to hold my hand while we do it so I don't shake?
You don't shake.
Okay. And let's sing a melody that we're used to so we can all enjoy it. We'll find the candle lighting on page 20 and 21 in our Haggadah. I hope you were able to download it and to have it tonight, or at least virtually on another computer. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav Mitzivanu lehadlikneh Mitzivanu lehadlikneh Mitzivanu lehadlikneh Shel Yom Tov. And now we're going to sing the Shehechianu. Some people don't on that first night, but we're going to do it on second night, I mean, because we just love it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. And this is a Shehechianu moment as we all gather this way. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Shehechianu b'kiman ve'higiyanu lazman hazeh. All right, and now I want my son Justin. Justin's going to join us. Where are you, Justin? In this, here we are. Unmute. Justin Stein, are you there?
All right, Chag Sameach, everyone.
Oh man, this is too much fun.
This is so much fun. I'm here. My wife Paige is right here.
Yay!
But we had to improvise. We don't have a traditional table here, so we have this beautiful setup here that Paige made. We got some matzah ready to go.
I heard you made some matzah yourselves too. Page 22. Page 22, we have the order of the Seder, and Justin is going to lead us.
Kadesh Urchas, Karpas Yachas, Magid Rachza, Motzi Matzah, Maror Koreh, Shulchan Oreh, Zafun Bareh, Hallel Yitzah. Praise God for fruit of vine, and you may drink 1 cup of wine. In salt, you dip some green, break the matzah in between. Clear matzot on the tray, take 1 piece to hide away. Read how God set Israel free, rescued us from slavery. yachas magid rachtsa motzi matzah maror koreh shulchan oreh tapun bareh Hallel Mitzah. We have some English words in the Temple Aliyah Passover songs. Matzah, you bless and eat with bitter herbs, charos and sweet on the song sheet. At last, the meal takes place, but before you say the grace, find me afikomen. Bring supper to its end, then recite the Psalms of praise. Final thanks to God we raise. Kadesh Urchas, Karpas Yachas, Magid Rachtza, Motzi Matzah. Shulchan oreh tapun bareh Hallel Mitzah.
That was beautiful, Justin. That was beautiful. That really put us in the mood. And now we are going to go to page 24 for the Kadesh, okay? And another thing about community, we are not allowed to pour our own wine. We need to pour wine for the others. So here you go, Kelly. Here's some wine. You tell me when to stop.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. That's enough. All right, here, you can do mine. Thank you. All right. And so, okay, what's beautiful about the wine too is when we, on Shabbat, each Shabbat we use the wine, it's a symbol of joy. But on this holiday, which is so much about community, you know, at your Shabbat table, one person sings, or in the synagogue, one person leads everybody. But when we do it on this holiday, we all sing together. All right, which is really wonderful. And I want to say something. I'll be talking all through about 4, the number 4. We love the number 4. There's so much. And let's look at the biblical reason. In the Torah, it says there are 4 ways that God will redeem us, right? He will bring you out of Egypt. God says, I will save you, I will deliver you, and I will take you for my people. So, I want to tell one quick story. Why do we use wine as a sign of joy? Because an apple falls from the tree by itself, an orange falls from a tree by itself, a pear. What happens with grapes? They come in a bunch. They come together. That is the Jewish people. Achdut, our oneness. That is what is so amazing about our people. And I want to say a shout out to Rabbi Gershom in Africa. When we first got there, my son Jared was with us. We had banana liqueur because they can't grow grapes in that area. And I said to him, you know what, Rabbi? How do bananas come? Ha, they come in a bunch. Ha. Everybody, hold your cup. I usually stand for this, but I'm going to sit because of the, how we, the
view.
The view. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. And when we finish, we're going to lean to the left. And when you're ready for that, you need to look at song number 2 in our song sheets. Okay, here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. I invite everybody. Borei peri hagafen Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol am v'romamanu mikol lashon v'kiddashanu b'mitzvotav v'titein lanu Adonai Eloheinu b'ahava moadim l'simcha chagim uzmanim l'sason et yom chag hamatzot hazeh zman cherutenu mikra kodesh zecher etziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim umoadei kodshecha b'simcha u'b'sason inchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh Yisrael v'hazmanim. And now, like free people, we lean when we drink the wine, and we sing, lean, 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 lean. Number 2, lean, lean, lean. When we drink wine, go ahead and drink. On Seder night, we lean to the left, our wine to the right. Whenever we're drinking, all we have to do is lean, lean, lean. Take a sip of wine, really tastes so fine, especially when we're free. By the time we get to 4, oh sure, we're singing happily. Okay, lean, 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 lean. All right, my turn. Ah, wonderful. We're going to turn now to the next page, page 26. Okay. We're going to talk about washing. Okay, washing. It's become so important in our lives. This time when we wash, we will just use the ritual washing pan, right? Cup, and we won't say the bracha. But later, before the meal, we're going to wash with soap. Yes, we are. Okay, so why is water so important? Why is water so important? Because it's our primary connection to our environment, to our world. Without water, where would we be? And water is like Torah. Torah is like water. It sustains us. Okay, so we're not going to drink it. We are going to pour it one time over one hand, one time over the other, one time over the other, and one time over the other. And we are going to finish, and we're going to ask our wives to do the same, and our family, but no bracha. Thank you. I was wiping it on my pants. And now the karpas, everyone. All right. Isn't that amazing? But you see that we washed before we ate something, even symbolically. Okay. And now we have the karpas. The karpas, right, or the chazeret, is something that has a bitter taste to it. And it's supposed to remind us about the bitterness of slavery. Okay. The heartbreaking labor of slavery. Okay. So let's take salt water. We know that we dip it in the salt water, but we won't eat it quite yet because we have to say the bracha. Okay. And the bracha goes like this. We find it on page 26. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri ha'adama. All right, we dip it and we taste the salt, the tears of the Jewish people who were slaves in Egypt. Kelly, if you put that over there, I'm gonna get a heart attack from all that salt. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you now the matzah. Okay, it's covered. I'm going to take the middle matzah and I am going to break it in two. All right. Which one was the middle? It's like one of those games. All right. I'm going to take the middle matzah. I'm going to break it in half, right? Okay. We know that it's not going to break exactly in half. Oh, that's terrible. All right, fine. It's not going to break exactly in half. Duh. Yours broke exactly? Don't tell me that. Okay, it's not going to break exactly in half, but we're going to take this part right here, the bigger half, and we're going to hide it for the afikomen, for the dessert at the end. Many reasons for this, right? But the middle matzah, when we break it, we begin to feel how broken we are, right? We're broken at this time, right? And to become whole, we're going to put this somewhere and we're going to all eat it together. Will you hide it, please? Okay. The middle matzah is broken. We feel broken potential, right? When we feel broken, we have potential to become whole again. And that's what it reminds us, right? And I'm amazed. I love the idea of the big piece is the one that we hide. And for me, I've heard many explanations, but I'll tell you, for me, it's about freedom. When I go to Africa and I see people who are food insecure, which means they don't have enough food. They don't have the freedom to eat whatever they want. So when they go to somewhere to eat, they pile and pile and pile and pile food on because they don't know when their next meal is, because they are enslaved by this thing called food insecurity. Okay? And so for them, it would be take a little bit and put it away because they're not free. They don't have the ability to have food whenever they want. So we show that we're free. We're free and we can take the big part and save it for later and share it with community, which is what we're going to do at the very end. Okay. I talked earlier about the Holocaust, and I had a very dear teacher, Rabbi Radzik from Poland, who I took care of for many years. And I helped him move a refrigerator one time, and I looked into his refrigerator and every single space was filled with bread. A habit from the war, from the concentration camps, whatever little bit of food that he could find, he kept for later. Okay, so let's celebrate that we have food security in this nation. Okay, and I want to ask my son Jacob on page 31. Can we unmute Jacob? Do we find Jacob? Jacob. Jack?
Hi.
Aha, good. Page 30, we have halachma.
Okay.
This is the bread of affliction.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
I have a little drum. Hopefully it travels, but we'll just sing together. Halachma, halachma anya, diachalu, achalu avahatana, be'aha demitzrayim, be'aha demitzrayim, kol dichpin yeteveyechu, kol ditzrich yeteveyifzach, ashata haba l'shana haba ve'ad Yisrael ashata avdei l'shana haba b'nei chorim.
That's beautiful, Jacob. You know, I got to tell you guys, I'm seeing all my sons on the screen and I can't play music with them. It's driving me crazy, but I love it. I love to see you and to experience being with you in this way. We turn now to page 31. No, I mean, sorry. We turn to page 32 and 33. And we have the Fia Kashes, as we used to like to say when I was growing up in Yiddish, the 4 questions. Here's another. I want to talk a little bit about things in 4 again here. Okay. 4 is the number of stability. Look at the pyramids that the Jews were building. A pyramid is based on a square, right? On 4 sides. And that gives it stability. How ironic, right? 4 is the number of completion. 4 are the seasons, right? 4 are the elements, 4 directions. And something very special in our tradition, the way that we learn Torah. We call it with an acronym Pardes, right? Pshat, the plain understanding, the obvious understanding. Remez, Rashis for Remez, which is hints, right? Little hints. And Drash, which is to inquire, to seek something. And Sod is the deepest, mysterious meaning. And these are all ways of learning. And that's what this Seder is about. We want to learn about our history. We want our children to be interested in our history and to know where we come from. And that's why we ask questions, because questions lead to answers. And I'm going to ask the youngest one of my sons, who has done this for so many years, to lead us in the Manish Tana. Please sing along.
Thankfully, I get to pass this one on to the younger generation nowadays. But I'll do it for this Seder's sake. Chag Sameach, everybody. We're going to do this one at a parent's pace. מה נשתנה הלילה הזה מכל הלילות, מכל הלילות, שבכל הלילות אנו אוכלים חמץ ומצה, חמץ ומצה. הלילה הזה כולו מצה, הלילה הזה כולו מצה. Everyone, שבכל הלילות אנו אוכלים שאר ירקות, הלילה הזה נראה מהרור, הלילה הזה מהרור, שבכל הלילות אנו מפילים אפילו פעם אחת, אפילו פעם אחת. הלילה הזה שתי פעמים, הלילה הזה שתי פעמים, שבכל הלילות אנו אוכלים בין יושבים ובין נסובים, בין יושבים ובין נסובים. הלילה הזה לא מסובים, הלילה הזה כולנו מסובים.
Nice, nice. You know what we're supposed to do now? We're supposed to uncover the matzah, everybody. I forgot to do that. And we're supposed to get ready for our second cup coming in a while. And once again, let's everybody, here, Kelly, you do mine, okay? And now the most important part of the Seder, which is to tell the story, right? Okay, and so, I'm gonna put it over here. All right. We're going to go and I'm going to read. No, I'm sorry. We're going to go right to Avadim Hayinu. You see on the top of page 34. Okay. And here we uncover the matzot. And Justin, are you going to lead us in Avadim? Yeah. All right. Let's unmute the kid.
All right. Mayan, here we go. Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei Purim, Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei Purim, Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei Purim. Avadim hayinu, hayinu, ata b'nechorim, b'nechorim. Avadim hayinu, ata b'nechorim, avadim hayinu, ata b'nechorim, b'nechorim. Ata b'nechorim, b'nechorim.
Nice. Beautiful, Justin. Beautiful. I'm sorry I didn't tell everybody that's on our handout too. It was number 3 in our handout. But we're going to go now to page 38, which is the page that will include the 4 sons, the 4 children, excuse me. I have sons, so I forget.
There's a 4th one?
You. So this is just fun. Baruch hamakom baruch hu. We talk about how God is praised. And Baruch, the word for praise, is a wonderful word. All right? And we were talking about water before, and Barech is a pool. Berach is a knee. All of these things, when we bless God because God is filled with so many wonderful things and brings us so many wonderful things that we need. So Baruch HaMakom, this is just, you're going to have to get bluegrass. I promise not to yodel. Maybe I will. Page 38, top of the page. Oh, it's also on number 4 in our song sheets. I keep forgetting that. Number 4 in our song sheets, even though it's written there. Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu. Again, Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu. Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu. Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu, Baruch Shenatan Le'amo Yisrael, Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu. Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu. Baruch HaMakom Baruch Hu. Blessed is God. All right, we continue now with the 4 children. We know that there are 4 types of children. There is the wise, there is the wicked, there's the simple, and there's a child who does not know how to ask. Act to be true. But I know what I want to do, and I think what all of us need to do, that we have all of these children. We have all of these different ways of learning inside of all of us. Every one of us has it. And in this pandemic that we're having now, I think we all have just a little bit of this. Some of us are wise. Some of us are taking everything into account, right? Some of us are a little wicked. I'll go out without that mask today. Not really being wicked, but just taking that little chance. What is it? It's not about me, right? It's about me, actually. It's about me, I'm sorry, and not the others. And so, I'll take a chance, right? Then there's a simple child who says, what is this? What is going on? We just need to tell that person, this is what you need to do. And then the child who does not know how to ask is the child who's a person perhaps is shy, who can't let out and just say what is on their mind. So we have to account for all of those different types of learners, all those different types of people. Oh, if you yodel, I'll mute you. Okay, that's from my youngest son who doesn't know how to ask. Anyway, wise child asked, what are the statutes, the laws, and the ordinance which Adonai our God has commanded us? Page 39. You should inform this child of all the laws of Pesach, including the ruling that nothing should be eaten after the Afikomen. What does the wicked child ask? What does this ritual mean to you? To you and not to him, since he removes himself from the community by denying God's role in the Exodus. Shake him by replying, this is done because of what Adonai did for me when I went out of Mitzrayim. For me, not for him. Had he been there, he would not have been redeemed. What does the simple child ask? What is this all about? You should tell him, it was with a mighty hand that Adonai took us out of Mitzrayim, out of the house of bondage. As for the child who does not know how to ask, you should open the discussion for him as it is written, and you shall explain to your child on that day, it is because of what Adonai did for me when I went free out of Mitzrayim. I had asked some people to send in questions. What would your fifth question be? And when we get a little farther on, I'll use some of those answers. We talked about the 4 questions. So we go on to tell the story, right? Mit chila, in the beginning. The best thing for us to do is to tell the story from the beginning, right? And what's amazing, and if you read Rabbi Jonathan Sacks at all, if you read his writings, he talks about what an amazing, amazing thing it is that the Jewish people evolved and became the first people to think about monotheism. And what that meant is that other people mattered, that community mattered. Okay, and we're going to have our son, who's singing V'hisha Amda? Jared? Jared's doing V'hisha Amda. So we know that we worshipped idols and then we didn't. We have Avraham, it talks about Isaac and Jacob and Esau. But the promise from God is V'hisha Amda. God will always sustain us.
We're on the bottom of page 41. This is a beautiful version by Yonatan Reizel. I'm in the wrong key. Here we go. Vehi she'amda lavoteinu, Vehi she'amda lavoteinu velanu, Shelo echad bilvad amad aleinu lechalutenu, Amad aleinu lechalutenu. Try it with me. Vehi she'amda lavoteinu, Vehi she'amda lavoteinu velanu, Shelo echad bilvad amad aleinu lechalutenu, Amad aleinu lechalutenu. Ve'akadosh Baruch Hu matzilenu, matzilenu mi'adam. Ve'akadosh Baruch Hu matzilenu, matzilenu mi'adam. Vehi she'amda lavoteinu, Vehi she'amda lavoteinu velanu, שלא אחד בלבד עמד עלינו לכלותנו, עמד עלינו לכלותנו, והקדוש ברוך הוא מצילנו, מצילנו מאדם, והקדוש ברוך הוא מצילנו, מצילנו מאדם, ונשען על אבותינו.
Oh, Jared, that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Right? God has sustained our ancestors and us. And I want to point out something. One of my students, Eitan, he had the Torah portion that talked about when God wrote in the Torah says, he said unto Abraham, know for certain that your offspring shall be strangers in a strange land. Right? And you shall be enslaved and afflicted for 400 years, but know with equal certainty that I will judge the nation that enslaved them. And he wrote a beautiful drash for his bar mitzvah about how those who have enslaved the Jewish nation, those who have kicked out the Jews from the nation, have all suffered. They lost their most talented people. And it's really quite something. We're going to go on now because we need to tell the story, right? So we're going to start on page 45. We are going to talk about something from the Torah. We're going to just do the bold sections. I hope you can see that in your Haggadot. The bold sections are from the Torah, and the other sections are explanations, just like we do when we study Mishnah or Gemara. Okay. But we're going to just read the meat of the story. And this section here, in the middle of the page 45, my father was a wandering Aramean, and with just a few people, he went down to Mitzrayim and sojourned there. And there he became a great nation, mighty and numerous. What I love about this little section, this pasuk, is that when you presented your first fruits to the temple, this is the prayer that you would say to the Kohen who is receiving it. It is actually the first fixed prayer in our prayers that was ever written, because the story, the accurate story, is so important. We go on to the next page, page 47 in the English. The Egyptians dealt harshly with us and oppressed us, and they imposed hard labor on us, from Deuteronomy 26:6. The next section we'll read is on page 49. We cried out to Adonai, the God of our ancestors, and Adonai heard our plea and saw our affliction and our misery and our oppression. We're going to skip now to page 53. To that next section. V'yotzienu Adonai mimitzrayim biyad chazaka uvizro netuya uvemora gadol uvotot uvemoftim. Then Adonai took us out of Mitzrayim with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm, with awesome power, with signs and with wonders. And so now I'd like you to turn to our handout as we're going to sing Let My People Go, which we find is number 7. And Kelly, you'll help me sing this too?
Sure.
Okay.
Start it.
Go down. Oh, when Israel was in Egypt's land, let me hear you. Let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand. Everyone, let my people go. Go down, Moses, way Moses said to King Pharaoh, you guys, let my people go. But Pharaoh's heart was hard as stone. Let my people go. And go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sing it, Kelly. All right. So, and we'll continue on page 57. Okay. And with wonders, this refers to the plagues, as it is written, and I will show you wonders in the heavens and on earth, blood and fire and columns of smoke. Then we turn to the next page and we learn about the plagues. Okay. And now we will take our wine, everyone. And what we want to do, we want to remember that the Egyptians were killed by the plagues and at the Sea of Reeds. So we need to diminish our joy. Remember in the beginning, I said that wine is our source of joy. We're going to diminish that joy. For each plague, we're going to dip our finger in and we're going to put it onto our plate. Remember, you can't lick the wine back up. You have to keep it on the plate. Are you ready? As I say the names of the plagues on page 58, you will say you'll repeat them, okay? Here we go. Dom, frogs, kinin, arov, dever, shechin, barad, arbe, choshech, makat bikorot. And now, Justin, you have a very nice way to tell the story of the plagues, and you are going to find it on our handout. I have this all written now. It's on number 6 in our handout. No, it's not it. Which one? Oh, number 8. Number 8 in our handout.
All right, can you hear me, everyone? Perfect. Here we go. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, plagues are coming and me wanna go home. Plagues are coming and me wanna go home. First the Nile, she turns red. Plagues are coming and me wanna go home. Then the frogs jumping in my bed. Plagues are coming and me wanna go home. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, plagues are coming and me wanna go home. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, plagues are coming and me wanna go home. Then the lice running in my hair. Plagues are coming and me wanna go home. Then the wild beasts, lion, tigers, and bears. Plagues are coming and me wanna go home. Then the cattle, they get sick. Plagues are coming and me wanna go home. Then the skin needs relief real quick. Plagues are coming and me wanna go home. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, plagues are coming and me wanna go home. Pharaoh, coming and we wanna go home. Then the locusts cover the plain. Plagues are coming and we wanna go home. Come, Mr. Pharaoh man, tally me banana. Plagues are coming and we wanna go home. Hey, Mr. Tally man, tally me banana. Plagues are coming and we wanna go home. In the sky, she turns black. Plagues are coming and we wanna go home. Then the firstborn gone like that. Plagues are coming and we wanna go home. Mr. Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Plagues are coming and we wanna go home. Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Plagues are coming and we wanna go home. Plagues are coming and we wanna go home. Plagues are coming and we wanna go home.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
That was beautiful. So I said we did ask people to send in questions, and this is from Jeff Devine. And he said, one of the questions would be, what could you add to the 4 questions? And it concerns how Moses was able to convince the people to leave their homes and much of their belongings in Egypt and march into the desert with him, right? So what happened? Well, it's very interesting because when it talks about when we left Egypt, it says in the Torah, God led the people in a circuitous route by the way of the wilderness by the Red Sea. The children of Israel went up armed out of the land of Egypt. So the Hebrew word, which is armed, is, what's that? Chamushim, right? It also is related to chamesh, which is 5. And Rashi says that perhaps only 1/5 of the people left Egypt. Only 1/5. Many died, he says, in the plague of darkness, in the 9th plague, the remaining 4/5. So not everybody left, Jeff. They didn't, we're watching that program now. What is it called? The Plot Against America, right? If you see that, that's, you see it's very hard to leave, right? Only 1/5 left. And so the sages go on to say that if you're going to leave Mitzrayim, it comes from the word which means to be very constricted and narrow, right? Gesher tsar me'od tsar, right? Narrow, a narrow bridge. If you're going to leave Mitzrayim, which ultimately is not only a geographic location, but also a symbol of spiritual slavery in every generation, you want to arm yourself with the knowledge that God is our Father and we are God's children, and that everything that God does for us without fail is for our good, not for God's. From that perspective, it is impossible not to have faith in God, but it's also very, very possible to realize that many, many people did not go. Dayenu. So it would have been enough if we had gone out of Egypt. It would have been enough if we had the Torah. It would have been enough for so many things. What else do you have, Jared, that would be enough? Jared, are you going to do that song for us, or am I going to do?
I'm going to do it.
All right.
So I'll share with everybody the lyrics here. Can you guys see that? It would have been enough. Try that with me. It would have been enough to get through the desert, the storms that we weathered, to send us from sorrow, give hope for tomorrow. It would have been enough. It would have been enough to fight for the righteous, to live life with kindness. You took us out and lifted us up, and I will spring from the depths, a well filled with life for the future. And I will sing from the shallows, telling the story of deliverance. Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. It would have been enough. It would have been enough. It would have been enough to give us a respite, our wholest medicine, a day of rest, the Sabbath you blessed, and it would have been enough. It would have been enough to give us the Torah we live out each day. Mitzvot that remind us there's work to be done, and I will spring from the depths, a well filled with light for the future. And I will sing from the shallows, telling the story of deliverance. Everyone, Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. One more time. Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. We're on page 60. Elu Hotzianu, Hotzianu, mi Mitzrayim, Hotzianu, mi Mitzrayim, Dayenu, Dayenu, get a mama, Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. Natalanu et Shabbat, Natalanu et Shabbat, Dayenu, 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 modulation. Ilu Natalanu, Natalanu et Torah, Natalanu et Torah, Dayenu. Everybody now, Dayenu, 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 Dayenu,
Ah, somebody had a yodel. Somebody in the family had a yodel. You'll see, we were hitting each other with onions as if we were slave masters. It's a lot of fun. Okay, we are going to get very close to our meal now. We're going to skip a little bit more. We're going to go to page 66 and 67. Before we do that, just for a second, I asked people about what did the plagues really change Pharaoh's behavior, right? Did it really change his behavior? Because I sing with the kids, yes, 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 I'll let them go, I guess. Yes, 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 I'll let them go, I guess. You know, he wasn't pleased about it or sure. And he followed after them. And so one of our congregants, Stan Schroeder, wrote me this. Just in our Haggadah, matzah goes from the bread of affliction to the bread of freedom. This unprecedented plague can bring people from divisive, as we have been, to togetherness in defeating the coronavirus. So here we're taking a modern stance on it, and hopefully in more working together in the future. And then I have another message from my dear friend Ophira. Dear Hazzan Stein, this is what happens after the plague. I thought we were self-sufficient, but not enough. This isn't an earthquake. We will become even more self-sufficient. As a nation, we need to become more self-reliant, medically independent. We appreciate going to work, school, activities, being with other people, not having self-armor in a hazmat suit to go to the store during this zombie apocalypse. So how will we act differently after this plague? We'll have to see. I'm hoping that people continue coming together as we have been doing. All right, if the leader does not do the following, he has not fulfilled his duty, said Rabbi Gamliel. We turn to page 67. We take our Seder plate and we point to the Zaroa, the Pesach offering. Why did our ancestors eat the Pesach offering at their Seder? It is a reminder that the Holy One, praised be she, passed over the Israelite dwellings in Mitzrayim. As it is written, you shall say it is the Pesach offering to Adonai, because he passed over the houses of the Israelites in Mitzrayim, when he smote the Egyptians and spared our homes. We just read that this morning in Hebrew and in English. Matzah. Matzah. Why do we eat it? To remind ourselves that even before the dough of our ancestors had time to rise, the Supreme King of Kings, the Holy One, praised be she, revealed herself and redeemed them, as it is written. And they baked the dough which they had brought from Mitzrayim into unleavened cakes. It did not rise, since they were hurried out of Mitzrayim, and they could not delay, nor had they prepared other provisions for themselves. Maror. Why do we eat it? To remind ourselves that, as it is written, the Egyptians in Mitzrayim embittered the lives of our ancestors with hard labor in mortar and in brick, and in every manner of drudgery in the field, and worked them ruthlessly in all their labor. In each generation, every individual should feel as though he or she had actually been redeemed from Mitzrayim. We lift the second cup and recite, therefore we must revere, exalt, extol, acclaim, adore, and glorify God, who performed all these miracles for our ancestors and for us. God took us from slavery to freedom, from despair to joy, from mourning to celebration, from darkness to light, from enslavement to redemption. And we sing before him a new song, hallelujah. And so we continue with a little bit of the Hallel. And this is from Africa, my friends, from the Abayadaya. Okay. And you sing, try to sing along with me. It's a lot of fun. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Page 68. Hallelujah. 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 The bottom three lines. Hallelujah. 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 Oshivi akeret abayi. Em hamanim smecha. Hallelujah. 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 We turn to the next page, and we're going to drink our wine. Kelly only cares about drinking the wine.
I just
She just
making
asked,
sure.
"Can we drink our wine?" All right. Baruch atah Adonai, bottom of the page, 70. Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagaf. And don't forget to lean, 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 lean. All right. Now we're going to take a moment. We're going to eat very soon now. I know we said 7:30, but we are going to wash our hands now. All right. I want you to take a moment, walk away from your computer if you want. Take a moment, wash your hands with soap. We are about to eat our meal. Okay. Right after that, we have a special treat. Let me see if he's here. Let me see if he is here. Da, 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 da. I don't see. Do you see Brad? Let me see if Brad Sherman is here.
Is he iPad 122?
Huh?
iPad 122 somebody posted? Is that for real?
Oh, yeah? I don't know.
That's who it is. Yeah,
He is?
iPad 122 is. Yeah.
Okay, so how do I find him then? I5? Oh, can you open his up? And when it's time? Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands.
Here's the hand wash.
I'm gonna wash my hands with soap.
I can do that.
I hope you sang happy birthday 2 times. That's not a joke, really. Okay. We all say the blessing now for the washing of the hands. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim. And now as we're about to eat the matzah, the first step in starting our meal, I invite a very special friend, Congressman Brad Sherman. We sat together at Temple Aliyah years ago at one of our Sedorim, and we had such a wonderful time. I'm so glad he wants to be here with us today. Congressman, hi.
Hazzan, I wish I could be with you here today, but in DC.
You're in DC.
I am indeed. They needed me to do a pro forma session a couple days ago, and of course I came back here for the vote that wasn't a vote that passed the big bill about 10 days ago. And tonight is not a night to talk about the present, but if people go to my webpage, they can see we did a town hall last Tuesday. We're going to do a telephone town hall April 21st, and people can dial in. They can get all the information. But this is a time for us to tell ancient tales about matzah, and I have one from 1991. You see, that's when I was elected to the Board of Equalization, and that was the year when they passed a law expanding the sales tax to cover potato chips, corn chips, snack cakes, and crackers. And so, Hazzan, I am the first tax official ever to try to define, for tax purposes, the word cracker. The tax commissioner of Georgia called me with some advice, and I had to tell him, no, it's Bubba, it's not that kind of cracker. But then I had to face the issue, called from a supermarket, is matzah a cracker? So I went to the clergy of the San Fernando Valley, and they said, Sherman, you look at the Torah, and matzah is mentioned 144 times, always as the bread of affliction, never as a cracker of affliction. So that seemed to be resolved until a pesky staffer handed me a box of Manischewitz matzah miniatures, cracker-sized matzah. I called the Sanhedrin together, and they said, Sherman, there's no evidence that as the people of Israel fled the hosts of the Pharaoh, they were popping bite-sized matzahs into their mouth. So we actually had a tax rule, full-size matzahs, bread of affliction, not subject to tax, matzah crackers, subject to what some of my friends call the tam-tam tax. I was an old tax advisor, so I advised my friends what you can do if you want matzah in small pieces. You buy the full-size matzahs, sit on them, get the smaller pieces without paying the tax. And the next year we passed Proposition 163, which got rid of the Meshuggah snack tax and made California safe for matzah miniatures. So that's my matzah story. It's an ancient matzah story, but not as ancient as the one told in the Haggadah.
Thank you so much. My kids have been known to call me Cracker too, so I'll tell you that story another time. Thank you so much for being with us. All right. So thank you. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
We turn to page 72 and we lift the three matzot and recite and sing Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. And then we take the top two, the bottom two. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat matzah. And then on the next page, page 74, we take the maror, we dip it in the choroset. Okay, we taste the bitter and the sweet. Okay, and we say the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat maror. And now we are going to make the Hillel sandwich.
Okay, maybe mine with no nuts.
We are reminded that the bitterness often forces us to make decisions that force us into action. And so this Hillel sandwich is on the outside is the matzah, which is our determination. On the inside, it's the bitter and the sweet. And we make this a better world. And we certainly need that in this time. So we eat our korech, homework. Now, I want to invite all of you to have your meal. We're going to take a half hour off. So at 7:40, at 8:10, we will continue the service. I hope you'll come back. I have a great thing on the back. Hold on a second. Let's see, preferences. I'm going to go to my virtual background, which is, can I move out of the way? Can everybody see that? Hold on. Should be on there. Yeah. Is it backwards to you? Return in 30? It's good.
No, it looks right. It looks good.
Okay, good. Thank you. But say avon, everybody. Enjoy your meal. We'll be back at 8:10. 8:10.
We can't see just the voice.
See, then we don't get the Hi, everybody. I'm coming on just a little bit early because I want to say hi to some people I see out there. Elka, how are you? So good to see you. Chag Sameach. And the Sobels. Wow. Scott Abrams, the Longobarts, the Powells, Clockman, Gordon family. Oh my gosh, Irwin, Epstein, hey, and the Stocks, and the Schroeders. Fantastic. So good to see you. Arthur, oh, the Druckers. Yeah. Wow. Hi. Hi. That is so nice. Wow.
Is Ellen still there?
I don't think Ellen's still there. 1 and 2. Oh my God. Judy. Hey, Amy. We got the entire ganzen Mishpacha.
I wonder if
It's so nice.
Ben capped it off.
All right, let me get rid of this. Preferences.
She still can't get it. She's gonna ask Jared.
All right, wonderful. I thought I smelled the afikoman somewhere. Where do you think the afikoman is? I can smell. Let me see. No, wait. Yeah, you're gonna do it. You put it out so I can get it. Is he right there? No. Am I close, Skelly?
You're getting close.
Yeah, where?
Well, you may need to go another quarter mile.
Oh no. I have to socially distance.
Yeah. I hope you get back in time.
Yay! Oh. Whoa, that looks good. Dessert. Yeah, it's dessert, all right. Okay. Let's see. All right.
Does that mean I have to feed the dogs?
Yeah, did we feed the dogs? Here.
Thank you.
If you guys find your afikoman or however you do it, just get a piece of the afikoman. Everybody needs to eat a piece of afikoman so that you fulfill the mitzvah. And it's 8:10, as I promised. We'll go back. Okay. Let's go to, I know some of you are still eating, but I know that we wanted to keep on some kind of schedule. So, yeah, we'll try. All right, page 80. Okay, let's sing just a taste of Birkat Hamazon. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hazzan et haolam kulo b'tuvo b'chen b'chesed u'rachamim unoten lechem lecha basar ki le'olam chasto u'b'tuvo hagadol Tamid lo chasar lanu ve'el yachsar lanu azon le'olam ba'avur shemo hagadol. O ki elzan ufarnes lako, umetiv lako, umechin mazon lecha briotav asher bara. Baruch atah Adonai Hazzan et hakol. Now, we're going to turn to page 92 for our third cup of wine. And Kelly, you're going to... Okay. Where's the other cup?
I brought it in.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Page 92. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen lean, 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 lean. Okay. And now it's time on page 102 for Elijah Eliyahu Hanavi. One of my sons, Justin, are you still there? All right. I don't see Justin. How about you, Jared? Jared, you want to do your Eliyahu?
I just unmuted Justin.
Oh, okay, Justin, good. Okay, good. All right. So,
Jared, let's hear your Eliyahu. I'd love that.
no, we're gonna. Oh,
You or me?
You do it.
oh,
You
okay.
have the guitar already.
All right, fine. I'll do it.
Jared's Eliyahu, yeah? So you open up your doors and you'll let in Eliyahu, the prayer, the hope that that the season will bring us redemption from this plague that we're all having. That things will get better, that everyone will be healthy. And all right, here we go. Justin, let's
Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu Akilati, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hanavi, oh, Eliyahu Hatishbi, oh, Eliyahu Akilati, Eliyahu Hanavi. Imeravi Yamenu Yavo Elenu, Imashiach ben David, Imashiach ben David, Imeravi Yamenu Yavo Elenu, Imashiach ben David, Imashiach ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu Akilati, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hanavi, oh, Eliyahu Hatishbi, oh, Eliyahu Akilati, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hanavi. By Jared Stein, my little brother.
unmute my audio. Okay, thank you, Justin, so much. We're going to go ahead now to Hallel. Okay, and I am promised to yodel on this one because I've had so many requests. I said the Y word and we had a lot of requests, but it's a joyous time and a joyous, wonderful hallelujah, Hallel, praise God. And so that's what we want to do. We're going to do that on 110, and then we're going to turn the page. Where is it? Where is it? Is it where?
Don't sit on the afikoman.
Oh, Pete Huli on the top of 112, and we'll do a melody that Justin has written. Boy, I'm telling you, these kids, I don't know where they get it. Page 110, Hodu Ladonai Kito. Hodu Ladonai Kito. Ki le'olam chasto. Hodu Ladonai Kito. Ki le'olam chasto. Yomar na Yisrael. Ki le'olam chasto. Yomar na Yisrael. Ki le'olam chasto. Oh, 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 do, Ladonai Kito. Ki le'olam chasto. Oh, do, Ladonai Kito. Ki le'olam chasto. Yomru na Beit Aaron. Ki le'olam chasto. Yomru na Beit Aaron. Ki le'olam chasto. Oh, do, Ladonai Kito. Ki le'olam chasto. Oh, do, Ladonai Kito. Ki le'olam chasto. Yomru na Yirei Adonai. Ki le'olam chasto. Yomru na Yirei Adonai. Ki le'olam chasto. Yodeli, yodeli, oh, do, Ladonai Kito. Ki le'olam chasto. Chaim, look at Chaim dancing. Ki le'olam chasto. Oh, do, Ladonai Kito. Ki le'olam chasto. Howard, good dance. Oh, do, Ladonai Kito. Ki le'olam chasto. I don't know if you're looking in the gallery view, there's a 99-year-old man dancing right now. To Ki le'olam chasto. My dear, dear friend, Howard. And Chaim, so wonderful to see. And now we're going to turn the page to 112, Pete Huli, the second line on the top.
What you drawing?
Oh, is he on?
Here's your pick.
Unmute. There you go. Unmute. There you go.
All right. We'll start it as a nigun.
Yeah.
Yai, dai, lai, dai, lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, la, la. Yai, lai, la, la. Yai, lai, ya, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, la, la. Yai, lai, la, la. Yai, lai, ya, lai, 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 lai. Ituli Sharet Seder Avuva Udeya Avuva Udeya Avuva Udeya Avuva Udeya Sharet Seder Avuva Udeya Avuva Udeya Avuva Udeya
Justin, I love that piece. We do that in our synagogue every time we have Hallel. It's so beautiful. And now people know who wrote it. All right. So let's end Hallel on page 112 at the bottom of the page. Here we go. Hallelujah. 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 Kilechato le'olo ul'shimchano elizamer ki me'olam le'arulam ata Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Baruch atah Adonai, melech mehulah. Yeah. All right. So with the Hallel, we also have other songs. We have songs of joy, of praise. Maybe on page 120, we can sing a little bit of Adirhu. Okay, page 120, Adirhu. And this is one of my very, very favorite melodies in the world. And you'll recognize that on High Holy Days, we sing it for Hu Eloheinu. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, 120 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la. Adirhu yibeneh. Yibeneh beto bekaro, bimhera, bimhera, yameinu bekaro, bimhera, bimhera, yameinu bekaro. El B'nai, El B'nai, B'nai beto bekaro. El B'nai,
El B'nai,
B'nai beto bekaro. Ba'aforu, Gadolhu, Gadolhu, Yibeneh beto bekaro. B'mehera, b'mehera, yameinu bekaro. B'mehera, b'mehera, yameinu bekaro. El B'nai, El B'nai, B'nai beto bekaro. El B'nai, El B'nai, B'nai beto bekaro. One more verse. Adorhu, Batiku, Zakaihu, Yibeneh beto bekaro. B'mehera, b'mehera, yameinu bekaro. B'mehera, yameinu bekaro. El B'nai, El B'nai, B'nai beto bekaro. El B'nai, El B'nai, beto bekaro. Yeah. All right. So, Jared, do you want to do Who Knows One? You want to do it? Or Justin? What do you think? No, Jared, you want to do it? No? Okay. No? All right. Echad mi yodea, Echad ani yodea, Echad Eloheinu, 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 Shebashamayim uba'aretz. Shnayim mi yodeya, Shnayim ani yodeya, Shnei luchot habrichad Eloheinu, 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 Shebashamayim uba'aretz. Shlosha mi yodeya, Shlosha ani yodeya, Shlosha avot, Shnei luchot habrichad Eloheinu, 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 Shebashamayim uba'aretz. Okay, who wants to do the next one? Anybody? I'll unmute you. Bob, unmute audio. There you
Okay,
go.
which one?
Arba.
Arba.
Mio-
Give me some music.
Oh, it's not going to work too well that way, but try it.
Okay.
Arba.
Mi yodeya, arba, mi yodeya, arba imachot, shlosha ahavot, shnei luchot halavim, echad Eloheinu, 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 Eloheinu.
Sheba Shemayim uba'aretz. Kevin Longabart, you want to?
Next, I'm gonna go get my guitar so I can play.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll give you one later. Okay, who wants to go next? Anybody? Let me see. I'm not seeing everybody. Oh, Zarin family. Okay, here you go. You've got Chamisha.
Go.
Chamisha, ani yodeya, Chamisha, ani yodeya, Chamisha umshekora, arba imaot, shlosha avot, shnei luchot habrith, echad Eloheinu, 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 shebashamayim uba'aretz.
Oh man, you get another one. You get another one. Go ahead. Shisha.
Shisha, ani yodeya, Shisha, ani yodeya, Shisha, Sidrei Mishnah, Chamisha chumshei Torah, Arba imaot, Shlosha avot, Shnei luchot habrith, Echad Eloheinu, 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 shebashamayim uba'aretz.
Oh, that's too good. All right. Kevin Longabart, are you ready, dude? Unmute.
Ani yodeya, Shiva, ani yodeya, Shiva, Yomei Shabbat, Shisa, Sidrei Mishnah, Chamisha chumshei Torah, Arba imachot, Shlosha avot, Shnei luchot habrith, Echad Eloheinu, 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 shebashamayim uba'aretz.
Mr. Longabart, that's so good. You get another one.
Oh, thank you. Shmona ani yodeya, Shmona ani yodeya, Shmona yemei nila, Shiva yemei Shabbat, Shisha Sidrei Mishnah, Chamisha chumshei Torah, Arba imaot, Shlosha avot, Shnei luchot habrith, Echad Eloheinu, 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 shebashamayim uba'aretz.
All right. Thank you. How about any Steins? Any Steins? Jared, you want to? All right. And then Justin.
Sure. Which one? What number are we on? I can't count.
Shisha, it's perfect for you because you're having another baby.
Guys,
Okay.
we
who's
haven't
doing
told the word. No, I'm
next?
kidding. Tisha mi yodeya, Tisha אני יודע. תשעה יחי לידה, 8 ימי מילה, 7 ימי שבתא, 6 סדרי משנה, 5 חומשי תורה, 4 אמהות, 3 אהבות, 2 לוחות הברית, 1 אלוהינו, 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 שבשמיים ובארץ.
Yeah. All right, Bruce. No, you pass. Justin Stein.
Oh, hello. Am I unmuted?
Hello.
Okay, great.
Asara.
All right. Asara.
Mhm.
I also saw that Pam said she would do one as well. So it's in the chat, people are volunteering. So
Oh.
you got that there. Asara miodeya. Asara aniodeya. Asara dibraya. Tisha yarcheleda. Shmona yememila. Shiva yemei shabta. Shisha sidrei mishnah. 5 חומשי תורה, 4 אמהות, 3 אבות, 2 לוחות הברית, 1 אלוהינו, 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 שבשמיים ובארץ.
All right, and who else?
So
The
Pam,
Kreitenbergs. The Kreitenbergs.
Kreinbergs, where are you? I don't see them.
Pamela Kreitenberg, it should be under. Here, I'll do it.
There you are. All right, you got it.
Okay, which one are we doing?
Are we on Asara?
We're on
Kadasar.
11.
Hadasar Miodea, Hadasar Miodea, Hadasar Kochmaya, Asara Dibraya, Tishaya Helaya, Shmona Yemei Mila, Shiva Yemei Shabbata, Shisha Shidrei Mishnah, Avisha Chumshei Torah, 4 imahot, 3 ahavot, 2 lukot habrית, 1 Eloheinu, 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 שבשמיים ובארץ.
Woo! Wow. Now hold on. Can I unmute everybody, Jared? Can we unmute everybody? Yeah.
Yes, unmute all at the bottom.
At the bottom. Unmute. I don't see unmute all.
I'll do it.
You do it. All right.
Hot Sameach.
You ready? Shalom.
He's on the wall. Can't you meet me?
All right, Jared. Somebody's still going. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful evening. We have to remember now that we're. No, am I muted? No. Okay, we have to remember now Sfirat HaOmer, right? We find on page 130.
Can we say hi to Cantor Mimi? She's here.
Cantor Mimi, I wanted Cantor Mimi to do the Sfirat HaOmer. I love the way you sing it. Okay?
Sure.
Okay,
Why not?
Okay.
All right. Here
Yeah.
we go.
What page?
Page 132, right?
132. Yeah. Mhm.
All right. Sorry, I'm standing. I'm gonna walk back. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al svirat ha'omer. Hayom Yom Echad LaOmer.
God, King of the
Yom Yom Echad LaOmer.
Yeah. So we have today is the first day of the Omer. People ask, why don't we do it on the first night? Why do we wait till the second night? And it's because the first night needs to receive all the zechut, all the merit, all of the story, all of the attention for the holiday. We start on the second night because we also had to learn and to understand what freedom is before we're able to accept the Torah. And as we march on the road to receiving Torah, may every day bring us new understanding and new understanding and new insight. I look to Kelly for the words because she's really smart. All right, last cup of wine. I gotta pour yours.
We talk with one brain.
Yeah. Here we go. I hope it's not yours. Okay. Whoa. All right.
That'll do it.
All right. And so we'd say, have our last cup of wine for the evening. Maybe. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen, li. That's how I like my meat. Okay. All right. So we are about to end the Seder. Before we go, I hope everyone, there's a beautiful poem that Stan, that you wrote, that you wanted to, you shared with me. Stan, would you like to read it? Would you like to read it for us before we go? Do you have it handy? You don't. I have it though somewhere. Hold on. I can find it. Here. Before we go, a final thought. This is from Stan, the UCLA guy, and then right there, yeah. Okay. This is a beautiful poem that he wrote. Every step I take is a blessing. On Passover, we make blessings for matzah and wine. We read Psalms and pray for dew. At the Seder, we are told to recline. Once again, we receive our story anew. We were freed from Mitzrayim, a narrow place. In our time, we have our own nation. Though we realize the problems we daily face, we marvel at the wonders of creation. Bitterness and prejudice still exist. Mass murder and terror make news. Social and fiscal issues too many to list, and too many scoundrels to accuse. Yet here I am, blessed with long life, though many my age have died, doubly blessed with a wonderful wife, a home with peace and joy inside. I know my life comes with my own task, with a special connection to Jews. They are my own questions I need to ask, and a path only I can choose. One step at a time is given to me. My time is daily compressing. Thanks to those before who set us free, every step I take is a blessing. We recite the 10 plagues from our past, marking each with a drop of wine. This year's coronavirus has us aghast. Our Seders are conducted online. Just as from slavery we once were freed, from this virus we'll develop immunity. Recognize those who now meet each need of our blessed Aliyah community. Stan Schroeder. Beautiful, Stan. Thank you. Glad we could share that this evening. And you got great brownie points with your wife with that one. Okay, so we're going to finish our Seder. I know there are beautiful melodies for this last one, but I like to do it to the melody of Hatikva because it's all about hope and the future. Chasal Sidur Pesach Kehil Chatzot, page 136. Chol Mishpato V'chutato Ka'asher Zachinu B'sadero Uto כן נזכה לעשות. סך שוכן מעונה, קומם כעדת ממנה, נגרור להם לתחנה, בנויים לציון ברינה, וחלום להם לתחנה, בנויים לציון ברינה. And we finish next year in Jerusalem, next year with each other and hugging each other. That's our wish for the future. Page 136. Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Yerushalayim. Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Yerushalayim. Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Yerushalayim. Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Yerushalayim. Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Yerushalayim. Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Yerushalayim. Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Yerushalayim. Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Yerushalayim. Chag Sameach to everybody. Thank you for sharing your Seder this evening with us, with our family, with my sons, Jacob, Justin, Jared, right? Yeah, I'm just kidding. And thank you everybody who participated. And Mimi, thank you for being here with us. Another member of our beautiful clergy. We'll see you soon. If you want to stay on and talk, I don't know, might be crazy, but
Let's just thank the Steins for an awesome Seder.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You Hazzan Stein.
Everybody.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Stan, Phyllis.
Hi, Lauren.
Judy.
Samaya.